Hey everyone, John here, and I guess I'm gonna post this under the nerdy cool dad. Uh, Decided to start doing my own podcast. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and given the certain circumstances going on in the world right now, I think now was the time. Maybe I'll actually get a decent audience. Probably not, but we'll try this out. I mean, you got nothing better to do. What are you gonna do at home, right? Fortunately, I'll be working every day. I work in software, so yeah, this is just another day for me. So yeah, it is what it is. But I was just taking a look at what's going on right now, the numbers of this coronavirus, and yeah, it's definitely going up. I think I saw 177 cases as of yesterday in Ontario, and I'm sure that's probably close to 400 nationwide, if not more. And we're supposed to get an update this morning, I believe, at like 10 o'clock or 10:30 from Doug Ford. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yesterday we had Justin Trudeau doing um, I guess a session for the media and for the country, and it's kind of what I expected. The borders are going to be closed, and that's going to affect a lot of businesses. A lot of people I know that I'm close with. I mean, their travel plans are obviously not happening anymore. One friend in particular has canceled his wedding, which is very sad. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I had to cancel my Disneyland trip, or sorry, Disney World trip with my 4-year-old and my wife. So, everything in perspective. Hopefully, we'll get through this. I'm sure we will if everyone just kind of calms down and does what they need to do. Make sure you have things at home to keep yourself occupied. Um, I mean, I've got some video games I'm into. I got into Breath of the Wild again because I never beat it the first time. If you don't know what the hell that is, it's Legend of Zelda. And I tried to beat it years ago, but I liked the game too much and I didn't want to finish it. And I put it on hiatus and told myself, I'll do it a little later. I'll do it a little later. And I just never did it. So now's a good opportunity to do it. And that's got a lot of gameplay. So I'm set for a while. As for TV, movies, I don't know. Everything is done right now. I don't know what the hell to watch. If you've got any suggestions, please post in the comments. If you want to, if you even read or listen to this video or watch it. It seems like everything I've liked in the last while is either done or I've already watched. I mean, on the comedy side, it's really weird. Like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is on its last season. Um, I just finished watching the end of Silicon Valley, which was fantastic. Will there be a sequel? We'll see. They left it open, but we'll see what happens there. I know there's some other comedies I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, a lot of my favorite. Oh, Schitt's Creek is just about finished. They're wrapping things up too, and great Canadian show. Love Eugene and Dan Levy; they're awesome. But yeah, I don't know what to do with my time. Last night, my wife and I just kind of sat there. I think we watched Grace and Frankie, and now we're caught up on that. So, God help me. I don't know what to do with my time. Maybe start doing some more puzzles and board games and things like that. Actually, my wife bought me a pretty sweet board game for my birthday. It was Dinosaur Island. Not something I've played before, but we had a go at it and a few times at this point now, and it's amazing. If you like Jurassic Park and you want to sort of relive those, I guess the theme of it, then this is the game for you. It's a lot of fun. You play up to 4 players. You can play even a single player campaign. Apparently, I haven't done it. Given the state of things, there's a good chance I probably will. So let's see what happens there. Um, yeah, I mean, we just gotta band together and see what happens here, and see what we can do to keep our distance from each other. And actually, there was some other announcements this morning. Doug Ford again. He said that they're going to be closing all of the bars, restaurants, all that sort of thing. So unless you're doing takeout, good luck. I mean, I think it's tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day, and yeah, I'll be drinking green beer at home. I don't even think I have green dye, and there's no way in hell I'm going back to the grocery store right now until it's absolutely necessary. So I'll just pretend it's green. We'll take that step. Probably poor choice to have my Thanos mug, given the state of things right now. Just realize that, but I'm going to drink my coffee out of that regardless. So deal with it. Trying to see what else is in the news. Nothing I can really think of. Um, Definitely missing sports. Like, I don't even know what to do with my evenings most of the time. In a lot of cases, I mean, my evening was all right. Well, the Leafs are playing, the Raptors are playing. At least it gives me something to do up till about 9:30. Unless they're on those damn West Coast trips that I can't watch, and because I can't stay up that late. But yeah, it's bizarre. There's always some sort of sporting event that I could get into, even if it was like sort of the off season in between the leagues starting up. There was always something I could watch, and now there's literally nothing. Um, I feel like the Leaf season might even be one of those things where a show was canceled and there was like some sort of dramatic event and we didn't know, like a cliffhanger, and we didn't know what to expect, and all of a sudden it might not start up again. I actually don't see the NHL or the NBA finishing their seasons. I think this coronavirus thing's gonna stick around for a while. Even movie theaters, I think I saw a post, and again, I don't know what's real, and what's not sometimes on my feed on Facebook, but I did see something about AMC, the movie theater chain, closing their doors for 3 months minimum. So if they're making those steps, I have to imagine that Major League Sports are going to be doing the exact same thing. I mean, I don't sure. I mean, before the coronavirus breakout, everyone was up in arms saying there's no way we would play in front of an empty crowd or anything like that. That's not something a lot of the athletes want to do. But when you see what life is without having the ability to play in general, maybe that becomes more of an appealing option for the players down the road. Of course, there's still travel bans and stuff like that. Nothing for the U.S. Canada border yet, but I don't know how that would affect it necessarily. Just being in airports in general. Um, we'll see. I mean, I would watch. I'd be starved for the ability to watch some more sports and that sort. But we'll see. And then we got the Raptors, of course, killing it this year. Really was looking forward for some playoff basketball again. Last year was phenomenal, obviously. We the North, and whatever. The way it is. What are we gonna do about it, right? Hopefully, we do see some action maybe in the summer or something like that. But then that throws off the entire off season. So I don't know how far they're willing to push this. They're willing to just call it a wash. What's going to happen in drafts? All of these questions are probably what they're scraping at on TSN and different sports networks, because I don't even know what they're going to do. I stopped listening to sports radio or anything like that. I, what am I gonna do? It's like that was a big portion of my life. I was on my fantasy hockey semifinals. That got obviously, well, we're calling it postponed, but obviously that's going to just be canceled. Hopefully, we'll just split the pot or whatever amongst the top four people. But a good example, like on my phone, I mean, I don't really play games on my phone. I don't really see the point of it. I've got like a Switch and I've got a PC, and I'm not really all that into just playing, casual games on my phone. So literally, my phone is being used right now, obviously for the purposes of filming this right now. There is good use, but I'm checking my Facebook feed and Instagram and the weather. Other than that, I mean, most of the you'd be surprised how many times you check your sports apps on a daily basis. So it's just interesting to see the uses of things right now, especially with technology. And I just keep searching my Facebook feed needlessly, really. Um, I remember waking up on Sunday morning and just being so sick of the news that was on my Facebook feed. So I woke up in the morning and, first thing I usually do is just check the news on my phone. And I was just sick of it. I threw my phone across the room and I just don't want anything to do with it. So it is what it is. But this is the state of things right now. Hopefully, everyone is listening and not using their own logic, whether that's being overly paranoid or just saying this is a hoax. I certainly hope you don't think it's a hoax. Like, if you seriously think this is some sort of political agenda across the world right now, you're insane. That's all I can say. Um, you wouldn't be able to push things this far. And just looking at the progression, I mean, I'm when I talk about a lot of these things, I'm mostly going to be looking at the United States, of course, who are royally screwed, in my opinion. Um, but from in a week or just over a week, or let's call it 2 weeks, um, making it seem like it's just nothing. It's nothing to worry about. The flu kills way more people, and that logic has to be thrown out the window. Like, if you're still saying that, just totally fuck off. Honestly, this is a lot worse. It's a much more mutated virus, and something you should be a lot more cautious of. So let's just not have that that logic anymore. But where was I going with this? Yeah, well, either way, I think we have to have sound logic, whether we're being overly protective right now or cautious, I should say, and are at home, not having interaction with other humans outside of your family, perhaps. Just do it. Just shut up and do it. Okay, we don't want to deal with this getting any worse, especially old folks and people with respiratory issues or autoimmune disorders, things like that. Let's not worry about that. Instead, let's hunker down and find some fun things to do. Maybe there's something around the house you want to do for a while, or maybe there's a recipe, or I don't know. Find something to do for the, for the love of God. Here's some examples. I'm going to learn how to make bread finally. Not only did I buy, or my wife buy, way too much flour, which, I mean, what's too much, right? 10 kilograms, maybe too much. I don't know. I'm just gonna learn how to do it. I don't think it's that hard. People have been doing it for centuries, so probably way longer than that. So I'm gonna get into that, so I don't have to go to the store as much, and it probably tastes a hell of a lot better anyway. So I think once I start doing it, I will likely never buy bread again from the store because it usually tastes like crap anyway. So um, let's see what happens. I'll share that with you, my experience. Made some muffins the other day. They were really good. Vegan muffins, actually. My wife has gone vegan, so gonna be aware of that when I'm cooking things. And yeah, they turned out really well. And I'm looking forward to trying some other things. Hey, might even get into bagels. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see how this quarantine goes, or this social distancing. I don't know. I can't remember the word for it. Either way, I'm not going anywhere. You'll probably see my attempts at podcasting or whatever, video vlog if you want. I don't know, on a daily basis to sort of. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious to see if I can make this happen. If I can stick to a schedule. If I can talk to myself for longer than 10 minutes. I think we're at like 13 minutes right now, so doing pretty good. Um, and also, it's more of a social experiment for me as well because I'd like to see how this sort of pans out. If I'm recording every day, I want to see what my attitude's like, how things are changing. And I think in retrospect, when we look back at all this, it'd, like for me at least, be interesting to see my demeanor and things like that. Not that I want to make this all about me, but hey, if you guys want to talk about some stuff, lay it on me. Happy to have some guests on my show. If anyone's super bored and needs to do some venting, by all means, we can talk about whatever. But I'm gonna sign off for now. I think this was a pretty good start to hopefully doing something more long term. And stay safe, everyone.